What is up, you guys? Damn, like, I haven't been going to yoga because I haven't had time. I've just been nonstop, man. Like, it's crazy. And if you're following me on this journey, you may not see, like, the fact that I go to work in the morning and, like, twins, and, the podcast is just a slice of the pie. But I am tired as fuck. Anyways, I'm here again today. I just realized, like, yesterday when I messaged you guys, oh my god, you guys are my friends. When I went on and I was talking about my whole situation and my weekend and how I kind of felt defeated, like I was being really emo. I was almost kind of like worrying myself. And honestly, like I really did feel defeated. And it's a new day, you guys. Life is too short to dwell on the past, so we have to stay in the present. And presently, I am excited for a few things. I have an interview coming up with Eastside K-Boy. I'm going to be going to LA this weekend, and I have an interview with him, and if all goes well, he will show up. I mean, I messaged him and I was like, look, I'm having a lot of problems lately with like flakes and people not showing up and people charging me for shit they're not coming out with, and not providing me any services and not refunding me, and people that just don't call or don't show up. And he surprisingly, it was like, no, we're gonna do this. And it's funny because ironically, the sweetheart, sweet face American Idol contestant did me dirty and did a no call, no show, right? But when I had an interview with him in LA, and he actually like gave me a heads up, and he felt really bad. You can tell, like he was like, he messaged me twice and he was like, I'm sorry, like it's my girl's birthday, and I was just like, man, it's like, don't judge a book by its cover. You know what I'm saying? Like, how ironic. It's like this gangster is fucking Crip from LA. He was actually thoughtful and very considerate and polite. And when people bail on me, obviously it's disappointing, but at least he had the fucking audacity, but he had the consideration to message me beforehand, like a whole day prior, and instead of just not calling or no showing. Like, that's crazy to me. Anyhow, staying in the present. Yeah, so I think that, like, I kind of just wanted to come on here and tell you guys, like, I'm not gonna jump off a bridge or anything. I think I was feeling defeated, and for a while this podcast was like, it was doing its thing, but just like every other situation we have, there's always going to be a hurdle, an obstacle, some kind of problem in the way that we must solve and figure out. Not everything is perfect. Yeah. But anyhow, yeah, I just got off of work and I realized that I am very, very, very blessed to be living in San Diego, and I have a job with a great benefits. I have 2 beautiful boys. My podcast is just a slice of the pie. You know what I mean? It's not like, it doesn't make me who I am. It does not define me. But I do get wrapped up in it sometimes, and I feel like I do too much. And if you're following me on this journey, my ass is like, I am gung-ho. I say I'm gonna do something and I do it, and that's just kind of like how I expect everyone to be, and I can't really hold everyone to that standard because then I'll just get let down. So the moral of the story today, boys and girls, is don't expect too much from everybody and anybody, because at some point you're gonna get let down, unfortunately. But I know that I can come through. I know who I am. I know I'm coming through. Like, if I tell you I'm gonna be somewhere, bitch, I'm gonna be there. And if I'm not, I will tell you ahead of time. I'm not going to be on time all the time, but I will make sure that I call you to let you know I'm going to be late. I think I'm like just shocked that people don't have like proper etiquette. And but like I said, I think it comes with the territory. You know, I was actually talking to somebody about dating somebody in the industry, right? Dating somebody, a rapper, a baller, anybody who's like up there, you know, and you know, holding like stacks of money to their ear or something. Like if you're dealing with somebody like that, from what I am told, that you have to just deal with their lifestyle and you just have to acclimate to the things that they are doing, staying out late, hella bitches, just, you know, drinking all night, getting fucked up at the studio like overnight, you know what I mean, like stuff like that. Like if you, from a census that I've been taking during my podcast, you kind of have to acclimate to that lifestyle if you're going to be dating somebody in that, you know, in that genre of music, or a football player, basketball player. Like, you know, you might get cheated on, but you know, it's part of the package. Crazy, right? Like, you know, and I can see that. I mean, I feel like, okay, so like let's say like Kobe, R.I.P. Kobe, but like let's just say I was dating Kobe, and man, I would be, I mean, I guess if he cheated on me, what am I gonna say? Like, bye. Sorry, number 8, I gotta go. That would never happen. I would be like, well, you know, things happen. I would not like break up with him, right? So I think that does have like kind of a truth to it. But if you're like, if you're like a college basketball player, yeah, you're like at the top of your league or whatever, like I don't think that I would acclimate to shit. Like I'm probably gonna be like, nah, I'm good, and like that would be that. Same goes for like a local rapper, or you know, if you're just rapping at local events and I'm dating you, you know, I'm not gonna acclimate to that lifestyle. Like, motherfucker, you in the studio all night, you can sleep on the floor or you can sleep at the studio. Like, you know what I mean? I don't think that I would be so forgiving based on like who it was, I guess. But I don't know, you guys let me know what you think. Do you think that women who date men in that, you know, that caliber, they have to just kind of succumb to whatever happens? Like, a lot of the wives, you know, of rappers and basketball players, like let's just take Khloe Kardashian, for example. You know, the guy that she is with now, or what, I don't know if they're even together. Oh, God, what's his name? But you know what I'm talking about. He's cute. But he has been caught cheating on her several times, and you know, she still continues to have maybe not a romantic relationship that we know of, but she continues to want to have kids with him, right? And regardless of the fact that he wanted to sleep with her little sister's best friend, the fact that he cheated on her and practically got some girl pregnant, like nearly damn, when they were dating, but she puts up with it, do you know? And I don't know if that's like dating someone of that caliber, like that's just kind of what you have to do, you know? And I was interviewing with somebody, I think it was Compton Menace, and he was basically like saying, look, you know what you signed up for, and if that's what that is, that's what that is. And I don't know, I mean, I get mixed reviews. Some people are like, no, that's not something you have to put up with. Like, you definitely could walk away from that, and that's true. I could potentially, or they could potentially walk away from that. But I mean, I don't know if I would walk away from a certain situation where, like, man, I'm dating Kobe Bryant, you know what I mean? But it's just kind of like, I guess to each his own, you know? And if you're never in that situation, or if you haven't been in that situation, then you would never know really how you feel about it. But you guys let me know in the comments, like, do you think that women have to basically just acclimate to a lifestyle if they're going to be dating a famous rapper or a famous football player, basketball player. I'm interested to hear what everyone has to say, because I get mixed reviews. But all right, guys, thanks for listening again. I feel like I'm getting so used to just talking to you guys, and just, it's actually kind of nice, because I was afraid to really do the whole, like, my brand manager, right? She was like, you have to do these things. Like, you have to talk to people, you have to talk to your audience, and you have to, you know, feel comfortable in answering your own questions. And I honestly felt weird for a little while, but I'm actually warming up to it, and I think I'm starting to like it a little bit. So keep on listening, guys. You know, you guys motivate me every time, like, you guys like make a comment or whatever. Like, if you just watch the shit, like, I'm like motivated, because I feel like you guys are listening to something I'm saying, maybe. But on that note, I'm out, you guys. Thanks for listening. I'll talk to you later. Bye.